Hello Scorpio, welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nicole and I will be doing a zodiac spread for you for this year, 2025. This will be fun. It's a longer layout. It's a more detailed spread looking at all areas of your life for this year. If you would like to book a personal session with me, please go to intuitivegardentarot.org. The information is there on my website. And also I thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. All right, Scorpio. What energy is at play for you for 2025? 9 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Page of Cups, 4 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 2 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, the Empress, and the Lovers. Wow. Right off the bat, Scorpio, a lot of water energy. That is your element, and you are good at going deep. So let's look into detail at how these emotional energies are going to manifest in different areas of your life. But again, a lot of cups energy. I am noticing 1, 2, 4 major arcana. That is not a lot. So that means the energy for this coming year is going to be a little bit more malleable and flexible. And I am not seeing a single pentacle or a single sword. So pentacles are about our physical reality. Swords are about the air signs, thoughts and words, that kind of mental air energy. So it's very heavily focused on emotions for you, Scorpio. All right, let's dig in. 9 of Cups is showing up in the House of Aries for you, which is about you, your personality. What are your gifts? What do you bring to the world? So 9 of Cups is about a wish come true, feeling very content. So you might be feeling very comfortable with yourself emotionally, and you might also be finding that others are very comfortable around you. Love that, Scorpio. And it's across from the Wheel of Fortune, which is just generally a card of fortune or speed. So by being in your natural giving self, I think you're going to find that it pays back to you in spades. You will feel fulfilled in the way people see you. Next, we have the 5 of Cups, and this is in the House of Taurus. This is about your finances, your resources, possessions, value. That sun behind her head is standing out like nobody's business right now. And I have looked at this card many times. It is just jumping out at me right now. Because the 5 of Cups can be about just keeping your head above water. And in this deck in particular, that's how I interpret it. So financially, or what resources you have, you might be just keeping it afloat, okay? But that sun in the background is very encouraging, and this is across from the card of Temperance, which is a card of patience and things moving on the universe's schedule, not necessarily yours. So there is an alchemical process happening around your value or your finances and your resources. And perhaps this might be a year where you're focusing on dialing down some debt. That's how I'm getting that too. Maybe paying off some things you might have been feeling a little overburdened or overwhelmed financially. So there is a lot of healing that can happen around that. Again, just being patient with the process. This is going to be a little bit more slow moving. But that bright sun behind you shows me that the way to balance that out and get more on your feet. The light is shining on you, the way will be shown to you, and you are being, watched over and guided. Next, we have the Page of Cups, and this is in the House of Gemini, about communication, how you connect with others. And this is a lovely card of surprises, a youthful energy, something unexpected popping up out of the blue. So again, you might be communicating or working in some way with children. You might be finding a more inspired way to communicate and connect with others that's maybe a little bit more playful, and that might even be surprising to some of the people you are interacting with if it's you showing a newer side of yourself. And it's across from the Seven of Wands, which is about kind of holding the line and holding space for yourself. So really allow your playful side to come out this year, Scorpio, and hold space for not always being on the mark or so deep, let's say, or profound. Maybe just being a little bit more playful about things. And I'm also getting a message that might be specific to some of you, naysayers. Like, just don't listen to any naysayers or any poo-pooers who aren't a fan of your exuberant, inspired way of communicating, because you are coming from a place of heart and love, and yeah, don't worry if people don't appreciate that, then they aren't your people. Let's put it that way. All right, next we have the Four of Cups in the House of Cancer, and this is at the root, your foundation. This is about your home, family life. And the Four of Cups can be about feeling like something's missing. See how this figure is aware of these cups here, but their gaze is really focused on the space here of whatever it is they feel should be there or they long to have there. And what I'm getting, especially across from the Seven of Cups, is that what you focus on is what you get. So don't forget to practice gratitude and maybe take a step back, because you might not be seeing this beautiful big cup that's coming to you of fulfillment, or something that might actually already even be there, but because it's not in your line of sight, you're not dialing into it. So think of your cup as half full instead of half empty, is how I'm hearing that as well. Otherwise, there's the potential to get depressed or get down on things. You could go into a kind of downward emotional space if you're just looking at what's not working or what you don't have instead of what you do have. That's going to be a really important theme for you this year, Scorpio, especially around your home and your family and your foundation. All right, next we have the Ten of Wands, and this is in the House of Leo. And this is about, Leo's about what gives you joy, what is pleasure for you. And does it look like this figure, this character, is enjoying themselves or feeling any pleasure? No. In case you didn't notice, no. Boy, she's carrying a heavy, heavy load, and it's weighing her down. This is actually, I'm like feeling it. And I feel like your higher self, your guides are saying, lighten up. Just lighten up. You don't have to work so hard. It's across from the Empress, who has everything and then some and plenty to share. And she's just all about fertility and comfort and having a good time. So the message I'm getting for you, Scorpio, is you might be working too hard, or you might be too focused on your work. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to indulge a little and splurge on yourself and or others. It doesn't always have to be about things being hard or working hard. Next, we have the Two of Cups in the house of Virgo. Virgo is about daily habits, routines, health, your body, your day-to-day career. So what I'm getting here is that there is a balance. Either you're finding balance or you're being called to find balance, Scorpio, and in an emotional way. How can you be in balance with your masculine and your feminine self, that energy that we all have inside of us, regardless of gender? And being across from the Lovers, this is pretty much the same card in the major and minor arcana. Look at that. It's two people in balance, in love, coming together. And this isn't always romantic love. It can even be business, but it's about balance and fairness, and it's heartfelt. So maybe even looking at balancing your emotions, talking to somebody about how you're feeling might go a long way for your health and just for your day-to-day sanity, your sense of well-being day-to-day. It might be really helpful to stay in connection, whether it's friendship or a professional therapist or something like that, but that might go a long way for your well-being, as well as make time for your relationships in your day-to-day life. You, I'm getting the impression, have a heavy work ethic, at least at this point in time, and for your health, physical health, mental health, spiritual health, you want to make sure that you're staying connected with others and in relationship, and not just honing into the depth of whatever it is you're focusing on. And the Wheel of Fortune is in the house of Libra, which is about partnerships, negotiations, contracts. These are romantic partnerships as well as professional partnerships, social partnerships. And I just feel that energy spinning, and I'm getting a sense of momentum in that area of your life. And being across from the Nine of Cups, which is known as the card of a wish come true or wish fulfillment. This is your lucky year, Scorpio, in terms of relationships, professional, personal, and again, being in balance. Libra is the scales of justice. There's some kind of karmic balance. There's some kind of justice coming for you. And you're getting exactly what you've been longing for. That's coming your way. It's either on deck or is already manifesting, but there is a great potential for you to tune into whatever it is that you want to create in business or romance. It's looking very ripe for fulfillment. Love that. Next, we have Temperance. This is in the house of Scorpio. Temperance is, again, about being patient. It's a strong, slow-moving energy, and this is an energy that moves, on the universal clock, not necessarily yours, as I've already said. So being in the house of Scorpio, this is about birth, death, transformation, and sexuality. And You probably already know that, Scorpio, being that that is an energy that you embody. But something is transforming here. Something's in the cauldron. Something greater is being created. That takes time, pressure, and it's sometimes an uncomfortable process. And being about transformation, birth, death, first and foremost, I'm getting that you might be experiencing a rebirth of yourself, a death of your old self. You might be really slowly discovering through some trials and tribulations this year what you're made of, and that you're more valuable than you thought, actually, because this is across from Taurus, your value. What is of value? More in the material world, but how that plays into the house of Scorpio that we're talking about right now, I think you're going to find that you have much more to offer than you thought, and you might even step into a role of being some kind of a healer for others. Beautiful. And next to that, we have the Seven of Wands in the house of Sagittarius, which is about your purpose, your beliefs, your religion, your morals, your philosophy, travel. Hold the line for whatever it is you believe in, especially if you're getting tested this year. Because you have unique skills and abilities that are yours and yours alone. We all do. And do not let anybody knock you down for that, Scorpio. This is really strongly coming through for you for this year. And this is across from the Page of Cups. So hold on. Oh, zero tolerance for immaturity, for spiritual immaturity is what I'm hearing. If you're butting up against friends, family, coworkers that aren't developed spiritually in the way that you are or will continue to be throughout this year, do not let them knock you down, and just take it for what it is and just keep it at bay. You don't have to be combative about it, but just kind of keep that over here and don't let that in. Don't take that to heart, okay? And in the reverse, you holding your high ground of what you believe, even if it goes against the grain of what has been previously believed or what maybe the majority of people believe, you might really inspire others in a way that ignites them and lights them up in a way that they would not have otherwise. So again, really hold space and hold the line for whatever it is spiritually you're in tune with this year, okay? And we have the Seven of Cups in the house of Capricorn. And Capricorn is about your status, your career, your ambition, your achievement. Seven of Cups is about having a lot of choices, a lot of wonderful choices. It can also be, in its shadow side, about toxicity, overindulging, whether it's emotionally, chemically, both. And I'm getting to really, again, try to stay as grounded as possible in terms of the professional relationships or possibly even social relationships, because it's about status, like I said, not necessarily just career. But be mindful of toxic energy around you, as well as maybe even what you might be giving out. We're not just victims. We have our shadow sides too. So just being aware of staying grounded and balanced, so that Seven of Cups energy of, all these wonderful choices and things in front of you stays in balance. And because it's across from the Four of Cups energy, which we talked about earlier, about, don't focus on the glass half full, half empty, it's half full, or don't focus on what's missing, focus on what you have. So keeping your emotions in check regarding your career or how you feel about your achievements or those around you is going to be helpful for you this year, Scorpio. Next, we have the Empress in the House of Aquarius, and this is about your friendships, your social circles, your community, online networks. And the Empress is a very loving energy, a very generous energy, a very abundant energy. So it's telling me that this year is really going to, one of the best aspects for you is going to be your friendships, the friend that you are as well, the friend that you offer, the friendship you give others and receive from others is going to be very nurturing, very abundant, and very loving. And I see you having a lot of friend connections and a strong relationship to your community. And being across from the Ten of Wands, tens being endings, this might be something you've had to work at. You may have had to focus or put energy and effort into connecting with the right people and building good friendships and community around you. But it's there, it's right for the taking, and it is totally paying off for you, the effort that you've put into it. Lastly, we have the Lovers card here in the House of Pisces. And Pisces is about the deep subconscious emotions, the expanse of the greater beyond, creativity, just kind of that fluid, undefined, boundless, boundaryless energy. And the Lovers card is about balance. It's about love. It can be about diplomacy and contracts. So in your creative world, there is a strong potential for you to find balance, for you to really connect profoundly with your own masculine and feminine side, as I mentioned before. And I'm getting to really love yourself in an expanded way. Seeing yourself in a whole new light, seeing the possibilities of life, our connection to the cosmos really being something fruitful, rewarding, and that you might really enjoy exploring. Wow. All right, let's finish this up, Scorpio, with a 13th card, a message from the garden. This card will be in the center of the zodiac wheel, and it will play into and out of everything I've already talked about. So it will basically clarify and add another layer to everything we've already looked upon. Wholeness, black mulberry. I love that for you, Scorpio. Look at that. So you might want to ingest some blackberries and really be with the frequency of that fruit, honestly. And I'm getting that that's one way that you can ground yourself. That did come up with all this emotional energy. Use food in a healthy way to ground yourself. Certain foods that are slower to digest, fiber is going to help your body process all of this emotional water energy that's abundant for you this year, Scorpio. And it's also saying to me that as you interact and engage in a balanced, healthy way with the energy that's available to you in all these areas of your life, you will feel an integration and a sense of wholeness, and you will have the opportunity to experience more wholeness, perhaps than you have before, because this is a lucky year for you. This is a wish come true type of year for you. Although, we all have our trials and tribulations and our ups and downs. That's not to say that that won't be in the mix. But just like adding a little salt to chocolate, that contrast can be a beautiful, wonderful experience. And remember, your focus is important, to not look at what's missing or lacking or what makes you feel down sometimes, but to focus on what you love, what is there, and to take a step back to see, is there something I don't see that I haven't been appreciating or connecting with that is available to me right now? Well, Scorpio, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful year for you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any future videos from my channel. And you can go to intuitivegardentarot.org to book a personal session if you want to look into some questions that are specific to you. I wish you a good year, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.